Hello, my name is Roddy Yar. I'm the University of St Andrews Environment and Energy Manager. We have hundreds of acres of land across the university. We're integrated within the town in the university, and we also have farmland that is farmed by tenant farmers. Our approach to biodiversity has been to understand the scale and complexity of the biodiverse landscape that we live in St Andrews, the built environment and how that impacts on the nature of biodiversity in the town, in the built environment, in the gardens and grounds, in the wilder areas, and also at the farmland level as well. So what we've tried to do is baseline our understanding in terms of species, fauna, flora, and we've got a very good understanding. And what we started to do right from the start was to put that knowledge on our website so that staff and students can understand what we're doing. But also at a project level, our design teams, our architects, our contractors can see where there are more important areas, where there perhaps are protected species, but also how much grass is in an area, how much farmed land is in an area, how much hard stand is available in an area, and so they can understand the linkages between developments, because we're a growing university, areas that we want to protect, and areas that are heavily used by students and staff to go about their daily business. So we've done that sort of initial stage of understanding, and then developing how we will approach biodiversity. The main sort of contact that we have with biodiversity is at a project level. So we're very careful to make sure when we design new buildings, we understand how we will landscape that building, how that building will sit in the landscape, and how that will affect biodiversity. Our minimum standard for design of buildings is BREEAM Excellent, and that brings with it a need to understand biodiversity elements so that we add value and don't detract from biodiversity aspects within the new built environment. We also have a statutory duty under the Nature Conservation Scotland Act to look at biodiversity, understand that. So we kind of get it. We know what it is we should be doing. So any new building has always got a biodiversity portfolio that goes with it, if you like, in that sort of project management sense. And we try and make sure that we don't negatively affect any protected species. We'll, if necessary, we'll do a pre-project assessment using an ecologist, or using, as we try to do here, our own expertise in the biological sciences. So instead of using external experience, we'll use our own internal expertise across biodiversity to understand what's there and to shape that how we think it should be designed in terms of what we know is right for the environment, using our biologists to advise us on that. So we build in biodiversity friendly elements, if you like, into our buildings, whether that's bat boxes, whether that's bee keeping environments. The landscaping reflects that in terms of having foraging habitat for bees, for birds and other wildlife. We'll try and create natural green corridors between our developments so that there is a linkage and there isn't an impact on the biodiversity element. And we'll resurvey that over time. So our baseline survey is coming up for analysis and resurvey to make sure that we haven't negatively impacted on that count. We try and keep that at a scientific level, and our biologists do that.
My name's Colin Reid. I'm Sustainability Manager for Glasgow Housing Association, and Glasgow Housing Association has about 45,000 houses across the city of Glasgow, although we're part of the Wheatley Group and will be spreading across the central belt of Scotland. Well, GHA is moving from a structural investment period into an environmental regeneration period. So we're looking for products and services that will enable local communities to participate in the environmental regeneration of our city. Part of that are elements such as green infrastructure, which will provide different solutions to environmental services that aren't concrete and steel, that help provide an environment that is better allowed to be shared by people.
I'm Catherine Dupre. I'm Energy and Climate Change Manager for Health Facilities Scotland. So we support all of the NHS Scotland boards in achieving energy and climate change objectives for their estates. We consider that to be very important, and we have launched a project called NHS Green Space to achieve this. So we're looking at maximising the use of our green spaces, particularly on our large acute hospital sites. A particular case study is NHS Forth Valley, the Forth Valley Royal Infirmary, where they've taken that quite seriously. And there are some anecdotal studies to suggest that good outdoor green space is actually beneficial to patient care. And anything that's beneficial to patient care is good for NHS Scotland. So it's something that we take quite seriously, and we are looking at particularly across our larger estate. And it's a project that will be ongoing.